make this build and you love to be unstoppable on offense, this is the answer. It's going to be an incredible video. I'm so excited because this is actually my personal build, and I wouldn't make a build if I didn't feel it was the best in the game. I already showed you guys my 6'8" monster when it comes to unstoppable power and strength, but this build right here is all about skill with isoing, with pick and rolls. Offensively, it's just unstoppable. Whatever way you want to play it, it's going to dominate. And as you can see, shades of Trae Young and all of these guys, the main thing you want to focus on is the playmaking perimeter creator. All right, let's get into it. It's going to be a point guard at 6'3", 170 weight, 6'7" wingspan. All right, but now here you go. I want you to look at these stats, and guess what? I have a lot to explain to you guys on why this is set up the way it is. The really tricky part is right here. This is the special sauce, and we're not going to get into it right away. I'm going to save this one for a couple minutes, but you'll be surprised at what you could do with a driving dunk and standing dunk at this rate. Let's go into the actual build and why you want to stick around for the whole thing. I got secrets for y'all and also variations that you can make to this build to become even more powerful and unstoppable. And I promise you, there's not going to be a build that will surpass this right now. Maybe if they patch things and they do some things, but this is going to last the whole year. In my opinion, it's going to be ridiculously good. Check this out. 3-point shooting at a 94. You're going to get a bunch of gold. The important ones: Agent 3, blinders, Deadeye, catch and shoot, Dream Machine. And then on Hall of Fame, you got Guard Up, Space Creator, Spot Finder, Playmore, Corner Specialist, so you can throw those fades in there when you need to, and Open Looks. And then Whistle on Gold as well. Oh, there's so many more badges. I'm not naming them all, but I just wanted y'all to just see that. And then for the mid-range at an 84, guess what? You're going to get Mini Magician on Gold. That's the reason I did that. Being able to hit mid-ranges makes you unstoppable everywhere. All right. That's the best part about this build, that it's going to be deadly from everywhere. And you go down into playmaking, easy peasy, 87. The reason why, you get bailout, and then on top of that, you have good enough needle threader on silver, dimer on silver, touch pass on silver, relay passer on silver. Then you have special delivery for the alley-oops and things like that on gold. All right, this is where the sauce begins, folks. Ball handle, most important for this build, is going to be isoing or pick and rolling, trying to get open. All right, you have Hall of Fame handles for days, speed booster, ankle breaker, triple strike. Then you have unpluckable on gold, killer combos on gold, and blow by. All right, sure, you want those on Hall of Fame, but it would cost too much. And I do have a variation that I could show you on how to get that. But the truth is that until they balance things out in the game, you know, unpluckable is decent at this rate as well. You have to live or die with sacrifices, and trust me, it's worth it in the long run, I promise. Now, speed with ball, this has to be a 91. You want to have speed booster on Hall of Fame. That means you're going to be able to speed boost and explode way faster than everybody. The defender's not going to be able to keep up. You got hyperdrive on gold, another great badge, right? And blow by, of course, on gold. Okay, so this right here, these two stats that I just talked about, the categories, already make you an unstoppable force in this game. You're literally going to dominate no matter what. All right, that's just the hard truth, the facts. Very simple. Okay, now I want to get into a couple of things that are important as well that you might not know. All right, the speed at an 86 helps you unlock these specific things, as well as the acceleration at a 93. The reason why you have these is so you can have Hall of Fame speed booster and things like the blow by on gold. All right, if you go any lower, you're going to ruin the build. So what's mandatory on this build, just to make it clear, is the speed and acceleration at this height or higher. Same thing with speed with ball and ball handle. Those are mandatory. Now, if I wanted to tweak this, we'll talk about it at the end of the video. on how to master and tweak this to your specific mode. If you're only playing one mode or you're everything, this build can play on every mode. This can work everywhere. It is crazy. You'll see why, and I'll showcase it in it also. But that is the main two things, all right? Everything on playmaking, with ball handle, speed with ball, speed and acceleration all need to stay at this level. And stamina as well at a 99. That will give you all the playmaking and ability to have the right badges, all right? Other than that, we can talk about how to tweak this after, but I want to take a moment and give you guys a quick look at one of the most important factors, all right? So we're going to go into this file here, and this is just a quick clip I just made right now with my actual build who can do that. You can see it's the standing dunk. All I'm doing here is standing dunks, all right? I have a 45 on this build for standing dunks, and I'm trying to test right here on this one specifically a little hop and then the jump standing dunk. So you're going to be able to do standing dunks with it. You can stand under the rim and do it, or you can do this hop jump as well. Just wanted to give you guys a preview. You can see me do it consistently here, basically nonstop throughout the setup. Then you have the driving dunks. As you can see, I'm going to be able to dominate with this as well. You're getting on a fast break, you need a dunk, boom, easy dunks. There's multiple versions of dunks that you unlock on this build. Even though it's 6'3" and it looks like it might be weak, you think that it's not going to be capable of dunking, it will dunk consistently. I promise you that. Just understand when I talk about the build, and the reason why I'm saying finishing is going to be great. I've already played with this build. I only have it like at an 89 on my specific build, but the point is that you're going to be able to dunk at a good rate. As you can see right here, let's just showcase this next dunk right now before I go into finishing and then show you some secret ways to change the build. You can see right here, that's the type of dunks on fast breaks are going to be very, very important and special for your build. All right, so with that said, how did I get that? Well, 45 unlocks dunk packages on your actual build that are super important. I'm talking about standing dunks. You're going to get 2 packages right off rip with a 45. Then driving dunk at 50. You don't have to go higher than this. You're going to get Mono Ginobili. You're going to get multiple other dunk packages that are decent enough for a 6'3" to be able to dunk when necessary. Okay. On top of that, let's just pause and double down on this. It has an 80 driving layup. All right. So it has gold giant slayer, which is basically makes it very hard for people to block you. You ever notice how some people just can't block the short guys? It's because of badges like this that help. Slithery finisher to be able to get through. Acrobatic when you are doing these layups is going to help. The bunny hop you just saw on the video on silver, so you can be able to dunk, standing dunk, and get to the rim. Floaters on gold, which is ridiculously powerful this year. This is the most important one. The reason I got it on 80 is Pro Touch. This will allow you to get better layups when you do layup, and you're going to be doing a lot. Then Scoop on gold and Whistle on gold. Also spin cycle and 2 steps. Those are Euro steps and spin moves. This build, I promise you, it's going to be hard for someone to emulate this part of the build. All right, and get this masterful masterpiece. This is my masterpiece so far. The most proud build I've made so far. But I do want to try to talk about a couple things. Defensively, it's pretty weak, right? But guess what I did? I put my interior high, which means when they do drive on me and they're going to try to do anything, if I'm in the paint, by the way, just so you know, when you have interior D, you can put your hands up. It will help your contest and make people miss dunks or layups more often. So you ever notice a very tall 7-footer plus center? If he has 99 interior, you're going to miss your layups pretty much. More so, it'll shrink the window. So this is important, more important for guards who are not good defensively. So instead of using these attributes, for example, somebody would have said, I would have put it on steal or blocks. Sure, but this is way more important. then you know. So you're going to be able to be a little bit of a menace bothering people in the paint when you contest them. Then I have a little bit of rebounds, and this is strictly just extra points. And so, you know, when you get a loose rebound, it's rare that you will, because that's not your job at all. You have a lock, you have a center, you have a bunch of other players that will be the ones controlling that. But I have that there just for extra. Now, if I was to tweak this and I wanted to change it for you guys, there are things that we can do to alter this. All right. We don't want to give up this high three. We can lower the mid ranges a lot. Well, not a lot, but enough. And I'll showcase it here. And then I'll lower my passing. And the reason why is because, hey, I just want to play, you know, slow. I don't want to really dot people perfectly like that. I'm going to be ball hogging. Well, guess what? You can drop this down a lot to 75. It's been a really good attribute right there for me personally. All right. So then you have that. Now you have way more points to spend. Okay. You still can't touch everything else on this build, but you can go ahead and use this for, let's say you want higher dunking. Put it at a 75. You'll unlock a lot of key dunks. The tomahawk dunk, which is one of the best dunks for 1 foot dunks. You want to pull that out. You can, I don't know how high this can go. We can try it in a second, but the point is I'm using this, dropping it a little bit and looking for what I can do with this. Should I go with dunks if I feel like, oh, I want to do better? I don't think so. Personally, it's like, hey, I want to put more perimeter defense, or maybe I want to add some strips. Is it worth putting strips up? I don't think so. Look how limited that is. See what I'm saying? So it's not worth it. Same thing with blocks. I'm only 6'3". Am I really going to be trying to block people? It's not necessary, right? So these are things that you got to think about. Now, it depends on where you're playing. If you're going to try to play twos, you may be like, hey, let me try to get some rebounds while I can. And I can throw this all the way up, right? So then boom, all of a sudden I got a little bit of rebounds. That's better than nothing, okay? Just an example of what you could do. And that's where the tweaks will take place. And we can go for driving dunks. Does this reach 75? It does. Look at that. As a matter of fact, look at this. It goes up to an 80. That is extremely powerful. There's plenty of dunks that you unlock with this. On top of that, the badges that help a little bit. And there you go. You have still an ISO king with a little more finishing. Honestly, I wouldn't waste it with that. Maybe 75 for the dunks I was talking about. And then you can use the rest on whatever it is you feel, maybe perimeter defense, to put it up a little bit, and you're good to go. But again, I would rather drop this down to 50, like I was explaining. Keep this at 50. Let me go ahead and put my perimeter up because you're talking trash that it's not good at all. Put it at 70, and I can actually drop some of this as well if I really was getting crazy. Put that up there, and then just drop this down as well. Interior doesn't need anything. And there you go. Now we got a little more supposedly defensive build, which honestly I prefer not. The first build is the original way to go, but again, you can tweak it, change up some things, get some more dunking, get some more defense, whatever you feel comfortable. Just do not tweak those three aspects, and you're going to be an unstoppable offensive focus. I promise you guys. Okay. And just to kind of close this video out, I'll usually end it as quick as possible, right? But what we're going to do here is show you guys, I'm not joking about this build. All right. It's only an 89, as you can see right here as I load in. It's only an 89, but I promise you it is so good, and I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't actually already test it and enjoy it. I am going to have some gameplay with this for sure on the channel for a long time. I've only upgraded a couple of attributes, but I'm unstoppable already. And like I told you all about the dunks, I have driving dunk at 50 to unlock the animations, and then I have standing dunk at 45 to unlock the animations. I'm already dunking on people and dunking consistently when on the fast breaks and things like that. So the build is fire. All right, that is honestly my first Coach M/Mag Gamer guarantee if you're gonna get out there and go crazy. And you could ask any of the top players, take a screenshot, any top player that you know, and they say, yeah, that's a dope build. That's dope. And you'll see as we go. Make sure you show love in the comments. Tell me what you feel. What would you tweak? What you feel you would change about the build? Are you an ISO player like I am, or you're looking for other builds? I do have centers, lockdowns, and so much more on the channel, plus breakdowns on how to dribble, how to finish, and do everything in the game. All right, so appreciate y'all. Stay blessed. See you on the court.